Often I get opportunities to speak to people about Jesus, and it's a great joy. And if I were asked the question, why should I believe in Jesus? Clearly, it would depend upon where people are coming from, what their situation is. But ultimately, I would want to know, where is your hope? What are you living for? Why do you wake up in the morning? What is it that drives you? And all of us have a desire for purpose. All of us have a desire to make our lives count, to have some kind of significance for our lives. And all of us live for something. We live for some kind of king. The problem is, ever since Adam in Genesis chapter 3, we have a tendency to place our own selves on the throne. We want to be our own king. When God told Adam in Genesis 2:15, "Do not eat from the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for the day that you eat of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you will surely die," God was essentially saying, Adam, trust me, and I will tell you what is good and what is wrong. I will tell you what is good and what is evil. And instead, both Adam and Eve chose, no, I'm going to decide for myself what is right and wrong, what is good and evil. And so we have inherited Adam's sin, Adam's guilt, and Adam's corruption. That's why we see sin in this world. That's why we see death and disease. That's why we see the natural order of things distorted. And the question then is, how do you answer those things? What is your answer to those things? Is it merely living for yourself? Is it living for power? Is it living for pleasure? Is it living for money? Is it living for fame? All of us are living for a reason, and we place God's on the throne of our hearts because we were created to worship. God tells us that our sin merits His judgment. And so God judged Adam by removing him from the place of His presence, removing him from the garden. But He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to live the life that He required of us and to die the death that we owe as a payment for sin. And God raised Him from the dead on the third day. And Jesus offers Himself to all who would turn away from their sin and trust in Jesus Christ by faith. And He gives us a living, eternal hope. So, where is your hope? Is your hope in money, power, fame, pleasure? Or is your hope in yourself? Is your hope in your goals, education? What is your hope? My hope is in Jesus Christ. And Jesus came to give us a living, eternal hope through what He accomplished for all who turn away from their sins and trust in Him alone for salvation.